And that's part of the people-pleasing scam that we run on ourselves.
I'm so glad you called it a scam.
It is. It's absolutely a scam because you are, in a way, the niceness is part of your strategy.
Yeah.
Like everything is a strategy.
Yeah.
It's a social strategy, it's a game theory. So, niceness is the strategy that you have picked to go through life better. So, you are being nice, and somewhere in your brain, you're calculating that all this niceness will pay off because now people owe me. And eventually, in every people pleaser's life, there will be a moment of reconciliation where you realize that people don't owe me.
Yeah.
And what they go through is betrayal. They feel, how could this happen? I was so nice. Why are they behaving like this to me when I am a nice person? And then you have to do the entire recalibration of, you might become a cynic that, oh, niceness does not pay. Then you'll go to the other extreme. Like, I want to be selfish now. Selfishness is the way to go. And then eventually, hopefully, with time and adulting and maturity, you come somewhere in the middle where you realize that you should not be an asshole.
Yeah.
But you also don't have to be nice to everybody or
Yeah.
go overboard with that niceness all the time. This is the arc of a people pleaser's life.
I actually see this a lot with girls who've grown up with like really submissive mothers. They
Okay.
were like, my mom said yes for everything. She landed up unhappy. I'm going to say no for everything.
Mm.
But they also land up unhappy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, happiness is not.
Yeah. And then they were just like, okay, but now let me find that middle ground.
Yeah.
You know, she was a people pleaser, but I am not going to be a people pleaser. Similar thing.
Correct.
But it's just like in different generations. So you
Yeah.
go from one extreme to the other extreme.
Yeah.
But eventually you have to realize that it's that middle ground that really, that gray area
Yeah.
that really has the trick in it.
Yeah.
Insane.
Knowing that what is it that you want and communicating it clearly is a great starting point. It is.
Yeah.
And being able
That's
to
too
breathe.
big.
It is too big.
It's
I
too
know.
big a line.
It's a very big line. But being able to breathe through that momentary discomfort of stating that this is what I want, and if you and I are not able to work together towards it, then at least we know that now.
Yeah.
We don't have to pretend to go through this whole thing if we can't even put it out there. Because then after that, compromise and everything can come. There's nothing wrong with any of it. But if you can't even state what is it that you want, then you're kind of stuck.
Compromise is such a like triggering word.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've also learned to like to look at it in a different way.
Exactly.
It's compromise earlier would also just mean that the woman would like do it like 80% and the man would do it like 10-20%, and that's the generation I grew up in. But like, you know, unlearning all of that and like making sure that I'm walking 40%, you walk 40%, the rest we'll figure it out
Correct.
between us, whoever is more stable emotionally,
19 बीस का
financially.
फर्क,
Yeah,
all
it has
that.
to be like
Yeah.
that. So now I'm trying to rewire my thought around compromise, but it's a very triggering word.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we've grown up with identifying compromise as loss or
Yeah.
defeat.
Yeah.
When you start thinking about it as problem solving, then it's different.
Yeah.
Especially problem solving together.
Yeah.
So compromise being that, okay, you and I are sitting together and we have this problem. We want a good life. Something is stopping us from having that good life. How do we figure it out? How do we solve a problem?
Yeah.
So if you look at it as that, the framework changes.
Yeah. But yeah, that's something that's like a very recent change that's happening. Does that also come down to like our childhood? Like we are constantly in this need of like, making our parents really happy, getting the validation of our parents. Sometimes we end up like being the good girl or the nice guy to, make our parents really happy. So a lot of therapy has to do with that as well. Like we go back, we decode where did this trauma come from, where did this struggle come from, where did this
Yeah.
coping mechanism come from.
Yeah.
So like I think validation also plays a very big part in that aspect, right?
Yeah. Not even just childhood. I think it goes back all the way to evolutionary roots of
Yeah.
just wanting your tribe to be happy with you.
Yeah.
Because if they excommunicate you, if they throw you out of the tribe, then you're dead.
Yeah.
So the risk of social outcasting is real. Like we are terrified of it. And childhood, of course, reinforces a lot of that. You want your parents to be happy. You become a people pleaser.
Yeah.
The thought that there's somebody out there who dislikes you
Yeah.
is terrible.
Yeah.
And I have really fought with this idea that if somebody dislikes me, it's like, oh God, like let me go overboard and fix it. But you don't need to.
You don't need to.
And this line that you don't need to comes after a lot of work.